What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael. We're going to be speaking on or doing a reading for the Scorpios, right? So if you're a Scorpio, stay tuned for this reading. If not, you can still stay tuned if you feel like the messages will apply, right? Okay, so let's see what we have for my Scorpios out there. So the first message I want you to know is there are words. So there are worlds within you. And this can be an indication for a lot of like dream messages that you might have, or a lot of kind of like things you've been thinking of, right? Dreamland or imagination wise, right? See, what got oldie, just like you know how like you're young, and then people will be like, oh, you got an ill soul, where like I catch like a older person's vibe off you. This is like, for me, how I see it, like I said, these are all valid opinions. Like, not valid opinions, but this is all my opinions, right? But they're valid, because I feel like they're valid too, you know what I'm saying? But your opinion should be valid too, I feel like. So you should value your own opinion, right? With this, when it says there are worlds within you, I just feel like it's just kind of hinting towards, there's like, you got different visions in you, you know what I mean? And like, you know how they say you are what you make, you know what I mean? Things like that. I really feel like once we acknowledge that we have different situations, like we have dreams, right? We have, it's like we actually have like visions, and we have feelings, like you have feelings, right? You have feelings towards certain subjects. So I feel like that's kind of a hint towards understanding your dreams, right? Really? Because it's a world, like when you go into dreams, it's a whole new world. So I feel like it's just understanding your dreams, understanding that there are possibilities, you know what I mean? So once we take that, you can apply it to your everyday life by saying, okay, if I can have feelings, I can also have desires. If I can have desires, I can also have hope. If I can have hope, I can actually make it happen. You know what I mean? So just kind of remembering that if you have dreams, you have desires, you have hope, you could build up to making anything possible, and just take it one step at a time. We have step up to severity. Don't know, you guys. Severity. Sovereignty, right? And it said the authority of state to govern itself. So it says step up to sovereignty. So govern yourself, right? Like you're the king, right? You might not have control over other people or other people's actions doing your life, but you do have control over how you represent yourself and how you, like, okay, for an example, you can't control what people say to you, you know what I mean? But you can't control yourself. Like, we can't have that self-discipline to say, okay, the devil's in the works right now. I'm just got this new opportunity. I'm making moves. All right, the devil sent one of my family members to talk smack. Okay, I can't control how they act, but as long as they don't put their hands on me, I'm just gonna block them or whatever. And then I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna settle it in a conversation. But I'm a debt. Like, if you remember, I'm not gonna hit them up. I'm not gonna chat with them, because that's when the devil's in the works. And even though we don't have control to dictate what they do, my Scorpios, you can definitely control what you say and control how you move, because that's only to knock you off your position. You know what I'm saying? If y'all pick me if y'all get what I'm saying, y'all get what I'm saying. But I think that's the biggest thing. We have full of riches that came off of you guys. So like I just said, this is confirmed. You got a lot of new opportunities coming your way. My Scorpios, right? There's a lot of new opportunities. And when they come, the devil strikes. He waits. He's like a hungry lawyer that was around when somebody slipped and fell, right? The lawyer is not going to go jump in when the person, because they don't wanna okay, so they don't want to jump in too early, because if they jump in, they feel like for example, say the lawyer was to get up and help the person up, and that person kind of, was like, all right, maybe it's not that bad, and they walk away. The lawyer just kind of ruined his opportunity, you know what I mean? So the lawyer is kind of like a devil, right? It's like, the devil is kind of like the lawyer, because the devil will wait until you like at your point where Like in this case, is the money's more valuable to the lawyer. But if the person's still laying there and actually injured from that slip and fall, like that's like the devil, but the opposite. You know what I mean? Because in this case, the lawyer's kind of on a good note because he's trying to get a settlement. But for the devil, it's like the opposite. They're gonna wait till you at your peachy moment or whatever's valuable for him. He's gonna wait till you at that moment where you know you're going to like the riches and all that. You're going to be able to. He's gonna be able to send you something that could fuck you up. Like that could just get your whole mood switched up. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so next we have is first the fire. So this could relate to many things, but I just feel like it all, for me, it relates to, when I hear it, it relates to just the pain before the pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all need that reminder. And as cliche as it sounds, let me tell you, it sounds cliche, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. You know the difference between success and failure is just having that everyday coach, that everyday reminder. You see, because if you're in a race in life, and you're going and you're going and you're going, you see other people winning in life, but the thing that nobody talks about, or people don't, well, I don't see it, you know, is there in the moments. I see it very slightly, but I feel like that stuff should be more talked about. Like, those moments right before you quit, like, you know what I mean? Because everybody has those moments. So we might see somebody that looks like they made it easy, but they really went through. Everybody goes through the same exact moments where they have to wake up every day and they just ask themselves. But it's like so messed up. It's like as soon as you decide I don't want to do it today, that's when that's right before your peaking moment was. You know what I mean? And now I'll just drop back to stage one. So it's like having that constant reminder that, hey, you're going to go through the pain before you get the pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And then having that reminder just remind us like, okay, today could be the day that I, you know what I'm saying, that I make it. Next we have is a different kind of love. So this doesn't just have to be relationships for my Scorpio. This can be just everything. You know, you can have that lion mentality as on the picture. I remember they were saying like a lion is wired different from a gazelle. A lion is trained to, and I saw this on a motivational speech. A lion is trained to run, and a lion is trained to hunt. So I just feel like, or a lion thinks lunch when he sees him or something like that. And I feel like you got this different type of mentality. You got this different type of drive for what you're gaining. You know what I mean? And I feel like these are the type of things that's going to take you farther in life. Further than you would have been had you not had that mentality. And then you're gonna notice because in your circle, even though you guys are probably from the same situation, the same era, the same connections, you're gonna be a lot different because you realize that, hey, I've got a different mentality, I've got a whole different outlook on life, I'm going to achieve further. Or you don't even notice that, but you just end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, even if this person is 10 times older than you or whatever, it doesn't matter the age. When it comes down to mentality, the person, the drive. You know what I mean? The age doesn't matter, and the situation doesn't matter. Yeah, it can help you if you had you can help you have connections, more connections, and a better living environment and things like that. But the drive is something that cannot be bought. And you know what I mean? So I feel like there's a different kind of situations coming for you guys in a total. You can look at it relationships. Like I said, obviously if you're married, then this doesn't apply to you. Like me, it wouldn't apply to me when it comes down to relationships. Because I'm married, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm straight. But as far as like new opportunities, like for me, for example, I do spiritual readings. I'm here. I've got my setup. You know what I mean? Before this, I was like, okay, maybe this would apply as far as my setup. Now it's more applying for me and I'm a Capricorn, but it's more applying for me as far as like where I want to go to YouTube, as far as YouTube things. So now it's like I'm doing the zodiacs, I'm on my game, my pivot, boom, boom, boom. So I feel like for you guys, you can take it however it applies to your personal life. If you're looking for a lover, a new type of relationship, you know, we have to learn to just generalize it whenever we're taking any information we take in, because every single information we take in can benefit us in some sort of way. Because It's like plumbing, right? If somebody was coming to you talking about plumbing, and you're not a plumber, but they explain to you about a pipeline or explain to you about how they can make a pipe work and how they can cut and trim. To take away from that, you could say, well, life is like different opportunities can be, subjected, or different opportunities can be placed in different ways. It's just so much things, and that's why I like the fact that I can hop on YouTube and just talk my stuff, because it's like I'm not really focusing on the recognition part, because I know it's coming, and I have a systematic format that allows me to gain what I have today. So I'm not really stressing about that. My concern is making sure my readings are like as genuine as possible and as transparent. Even if it goes over the 10-minute mark, it's still transparent. And as long as I can get you guys a little bit of good, because trust me, I do it. I watch videos, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it drains my energy, and I'd rather watch people that uplift me. So I was like, let me be a part of that percentage. That what I'm saying. But I don't got nothing against people that do certain content. I'm just saying, I feel like we all need a quick reminder of where we are and where we're trying to go in life. And sometimes it's nice to just see people online that's just real, like transparent, and it's a lot of other things going on. But we're not here to talk about that. But at the same time, I also know that the connection that I have with you guys, it wouldn't be real unless I be transparent and I can speak my mind. So at the same time, we do talk about it. We have lessons in blood for you guys, right? So I'm picking up on like you guys are gonna go through pain to receive your lessons. These are the most valuable lessons, because here's the thing, here's the reality, right? Somebody could tell somebody so many things, just telling them, but unless they physically go through it, we tend not to learn. It's like your mom tells you to eat stuff, and you guys heard this saying probably a million times already. Your mom tells you to stay outside, stairs ain't hot, you go touch it, now you know the stairs ain't hot, now you ain't gonna touch that thing no more. So it's like, even though you're hurt, I understand, I get you. You feel me? Like I said, I haven't said this on this video, I don't think, but if I had like a source where I could put my life in a blueprint for you guys, like, you feel me? And I know y'all personally, I can show y'all my life, y'all understand, like, I haven't been to I ain't gonna sit here and be like, I've been to the worst, because people been to the worst with me. But we all have our own situations that we go through. What I can say for you guys is, if you ever go through pain or suffering, or you feel like, everybody's against you, I can say this. You learn your best lessons going through those hardships. Going through those headaches, those tough times, you learn the best moments. I've had moments where I felt like people should have went through what I went through, you know what I'm saying? But then 2 years, 3 years later, you realize that, oh man, okay, because I ended up paying attention faster, like, for me. So you realize that you're like, oh, okay, I see what God do for you. Like, for me, God will put you through the little situations just so you could come out a lot better. Not better, not on top, not above nobody, none of that. I'm not talking none of that. I'm just saying for you specifically, so you could be in a better position. You know what I'm saying? Learning lessons in blood, taking pain and then receiving lessons. You know what I'm saying? That makes any sense to you guys. Feel yourself. So be filling yourself with joy, laughter, positivity. Make sure that you guys are filling yourself with all these things. As you guys can see, it actually helps with a healthy heart. So you know what I'm saying? To give yourself joy, and because let me tell you, there's no point of us feeling it's like we're like a glass, right? And I'm not going to be a hypocrite on the internet. Like, I'm not going to tell you guys one thing and do another. So yeah, I do, you know what I'm saying? As human, I do, go and I'll be online and I'll procrastinate and I do all these things. But I bring myself back around, and then let me tell you, you're not a failure because you're not strict, military, every day, work hard and go crazy. You're not a failure if you don't do everything on your schedule that day. Like, if you want to just take a chill and relax and you're like, you know what, I don't really feel like going out today, fine, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Do a couple things throughout your day you need to. Like, there's no pressure in life. We're not even supposed to be good. Like, you can have a great work ethic. As long as it's like, you got 24 hours a day, as long as it's reasonable, where you're not like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story, right? I watched this movie one time where there was a girl, a little girl, and she stayed across the street from this guy that was like building a plane. It was like an older guy, right? It's like a cartoon. Now, in real life, this probably would have been done in that way, but it's a cartoon, and basically the older guy was building a plane. The little girl, she had her mom that was like had this whole schedule for her from day one that she was born to the time she was going to college. Like had an everyday thing, routine. The girl was on it. You feel me? She was doing her thing, but then eventually she started to wander off into the house or whatever. So, like I said, in real life, this probably wouldn't be a good movie, but as a cartoon, you know. So she and it was like in the cartoon, it's more like your imagination anyway, right? So it's we're talking in a world that there is no rapists and all this craziness and stuff, right? I don't know if I can get demonetized in that word, I don't know, but anyway. So there's no all of that craziness, right? In a world that way, for our imagination. Now, she ended up going over there, and let's just say, long story short, she ended up having the best time of her life building the plane with God. You know what I mean? And that just goes to show you, like, sometimes your life is not always going to go by plan. Sometimes your life's not always going to go by schedule, routine, things. Sometimes you actually learn from just sitting back. So never make yourself feel like just because you decided to stay in bed today, or just because you decided to watch movies all day, or just because you decided to go off of popcorn and eat instead of going to training, never feel like that is what was your downfall. Because you can get to the top of the mountain, but that's only in your mind. Because if you feel like you missed out on certain things in your life, then you're always going to feel like you haven't reached the top. No matter how much people might see you as, you know, you're always going to feel like you haven't reached anything. If in your mind you feel like you missed out on family time, you missed out on that opportunity to go and have some good times and stuff, trust me. It is what it is. Now, like I said, you got a passion and you got a drive behind it, you want to do it, and you do what you want to do. Like, there's gonna be days when you feel like it, when you don't feel like it, and depending on if you're willing to work. One of those days when you don't feel, that's all up to you. As long as at the end of your time, when you're on your, you know what they say, when you're on your deathbed, you can look back and ask yourself, hey, you're completely fine. Everything you made, your choices you made, and I say don't get discouraged because you didn't go and do what you set out you was gonna do. Like, you know, don't be somebody that talks like that, but then you kind of wish you would have been to you. Like, you gotta kind of, you gotta live a little. You know what I mean? Have a little slack. Because what is a hard worker if all you do is work hard? Technically you're not really a hard worker no more. You're just somebody that works. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're a hard worker when you display that. But then again, you say you're a hard worker in comparison to others. But we're also in the game by ourselves. We gotta be rational. You know what I mean? We gotta think bigger. You know what I'm saying? We have fall apart. So this is pretty much hinting towards the fact that we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna curl up in a ball sometimes, and we're just gonna kind of, reflect, and we're gonna kind of just think about a lot of things. And this is like a real advancement time. It's kind of like when you go through a real breakup, and then like the average movie shows, they're still on the couch eating ice cream, and you're kind of picking yourself back up. And I feel like during that moments we realize ourselves. And I'm not talking about a relationship thing. I'm just talking about in general, looking at it to say, okay, I fell apart, but I'm gonna pick myself back up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't get discouraged if you feel like you're in the bed and you're kind of just relaxing. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of just feeling it through. Don't be discouraged in it. Let it happen. It definitely does. It definitely does help. It definitely does help. But we're gonna end this reading on that one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. This is my Scorpio read. My name is Mike, if I haven't mentioned already, and I will see you guys in the next video.